this and visualize them. So, I think we can see that. Okay. Example. 1. And this is like this. Down our key of S is S. The easy transfer function. Let us talk before you start to construct that microscope. Let us first talk about what does that stand for, this transfer function. Is that also something which is filtering? Is such a thing? Yes, do we build some transfer function like that? What is it? Something if you cannot directly see that from the Laplace domain, then you will have to do it like that. And you will have to write y of s divided by x of s. Yes. And when you're done, just find the differential equation. And you will just transform it like that. Y of s is s times x of s. And when you transform that back to time domain, y of t is, and multiplication with s corresponds to differentiation. So now we can assign a name to that thing here. And obviously it's like that. A signal x goes in, x of t inside is performed what? Differentiation, x of t, and out comes the y of t. So we will call that differentiator. Auf Deutsch ein Differenzierer. And this is something I would like you to we can produce two things. So, sketch. And Bode diagram. The macro plot is not that difficult. The Bode diagram may cause some problems because of that, double logarithmic scale. But I do not expect that this results now in a perfect drawing from your side, but I would be interested in how far do you come with that. And if you have a solution, then send it to me via WhatsApp. And then we may discuss about your strategy to solve that and about your possible sources of errors and problems. And so I appreciate your feedback on that problem, to see how well you are performing, and if we have to deepen something here or correct some errors. And so I would like to say, try that for, let's say, 10 minutes, or we take contact in 10 minutes and see if you need some other 5 minutes. And then we are going to construct the solution here. So perhaps it's a good idea that you take a paper like that. So with a grid on it, that simplifies that. And of course, we can also use a ruler, and then we want to check, yes, how this photo diagram under the microscope looks like. Good. So I start my timer, which is 20 minutes, no, 10 minutes, yes, and then, yes, we will come into contact again to discuss about your, yes, performance. Okay.
我什么？
好的，这个啦，大声救我！我不懂啊，这个。这个理亏是之前那个numerical programming 教过我们老师。numerical programming 是？啊，这样是。然后他现在不懂怎么，还有应该是有关系的。等一下，叫我们画那个画。
哦。
不画，我不画那个一模一样，我就试上去了。或者都不是好也是吧？不是好的这种人生。什么？我觉得应该是那个看他画的。
哎，怎么没有声音的？为什么没有声音的？老师没讲课啊？吼吼！哦，你觉得我会吗？我今天的 video 都没有看嘞，我哪里会？我都没有看今天的 video。哎，明天放假干这样子，我就有时间再看回去哦。明天拜五嘛，拜五好像是没有课，这样check一下看。拜五有课吗？啊？让我check一下，晚上不可能啊。今天拜四，今天拜四25号，下拜四20，那是早上的吧？早上8点半到12点，那是 offline 的，基本上是没有课。offline 8点早上是 offline 的课来的，8 AM 还没写 AM。明天哦 ，Friday 哦，8点 AM。你 before 老师休息，老师不是有 show 他的那个 schedule？ 你看一下那个时间是不是跟今天早上的时间是一样的？他有 show 那个 schedule，拜五的时候。你不是 edit video 吗？你看回去，你是早上，是吧？我是啊，还是做突然间。就给的 information 这样不好。 我有这个想法，我打算等一下看老师怎么样做。我觉得不会。那个文凯有找你吗？早上的时候，你是讲他做到了啦？哎呀，我躺一下先吧。你知道那个我们那天把那个原因那个波浪的方式，我们可以改日期的。虽然只是一个6号报，我们可以改的。我们把到了我们去那个software，然后我们说我们擅自改掉这个日期。真的对的。你们有过去吗？你想想看，你说。不确定的，我要看去，看第一个太多了。你接到了，你也可以叫我，我很开心。讲到好像听不懂。你们这个如果回去原批的话，需要再做爽一次。所以你要回去的时候前2天，你做爽了。可以的，可以的。这我到原批那边还要多少？
Good. Here I'm back again, and I received 2 solutions for the Nyquist diagram, and those solutions have been correct. And for the Bode diagram, there, yes, yet I haven't received anything. So I would suggest we are producing the solution now together. And when you done got that, yes, and then we will switch to another second example, and then we will see how you perform with a pretty similar thing. But there is also some more to explain here, and not only sketching that stuff here, but also doing a little bit more explanations. And so I think it's a differentiator, no? So that's a pretty easy element, and that is often used in control systems. For example, when we make a PID control, you may have heard about that. And PID stands for proportional integral differential controller, so that includes a differentiator. So it's a quite important transfer function in control theory. And so we want to get used to that a little bit. So we prepare our calculation like that. T of S is S, and what do? We replace the S by J omega, and then we come out with yes, G of J omega. You know, I'm underlining that often because I want to make clear it's a complex number now, J omega. Now the question is here, what is that thing here doing? What is that telling us? First, okay, there is an absolute value, and that absolute value is omega. There is also an angle, and that angle is, of course, 90 degrees, independent of omega. And so it's pretty clear what that means for our Nyquist block. There I don't need that special paper here. I can just sketch it here. We have a real axis, we have a imaginary axis, and I'm now also focusing only on this area which I really need. And it's going like this. When omega is a 0, we are starting here. So that is pretty clear. Omega is 0. When omega is increasing, we are traveling along the imaginary axis. And so it's looking like this. Yes? And where is it starting here? And where is it ending? See, here for our low pass. It has ended here in the origin. However, this will not end in the origin. That will go to infinity. And yes, we will always indicate with an arrow in which direction we are traveling. So, that is the first thing I want to tell you about this. And yes, I think that was not very complicated. But perhaps we need also some more of understanding concerning that. See, what has happened here? When we make this complex analysis, we are talking about sinusoidals going in, sine omega t, and we are looking for steady state. So here it's very easy to find what comes out, as we have y of t is x dot of t. What do you think do we have to do? We differentiate that, and then comes out cos omega t. Is that correct? I've missed an omega, because I have to obey the chain rule. So now the question is, what does that tell us here? Sine going in, cosine going out, and you will see, hey, oh, what is the gain? Do you see the gain? Oh, the amplitude of the sine is a 1. The amplitude of the cos is an omega. Huh? See that? And see, what is the gain? The gain is omega. This amplitude divided by the input amplitude. And that is, yes, also, from that follows the gain is omega. And see, it's the same what we obtained here. And now the next question is, what's the phase shift? Oh, if we have a sine and a cosine, huh? Oh, might make a rough sketch of it. A sine going in and a cosine coming out, huh? Cosine coming out. Now I have to be careful to not make a disaster here. So I guess then somehow like this. Huh? And I would like you to ask him, what about the phase shift? So that is the x, that is the y. Yeah. And you see, the output signal is shifted 90 degrees. And that will always be the case. Sine and cosine, they have a phase shift of 90 degrees. And in this case, the y is, yes, coming earlier. And therefore, now the phase shift is plus 90 degrees. Yes? And from where do I see that? Yes, because sine and cosine, they are shifted by 90 degrees. Oh, and see, that has a perfect match with this type of calculation. Yeah? And for the differentiator, it's quite a quite easy job to do it in time domain. For the low pass, it was more complicated. It's not that easy to do that in time domain. Here it is important to have that calculus here available. Here we could live with a time domain. But nevertheless, see, this compact representation, J omega, tells me exactly the same as this here. Phase shift of 90 degrees, independent of the frequency, and tells me also the gain is the omega. And the omega, yes, a mathematician would say, oh, a friend of the time domain would say, yes, that omega comes from the chain rule. And yes, somebody doing complex analysis with Laplace transform comes to the same result. So that fits together. So, and now we are doing the Bode diagram. So, if you are asked to sketch a Bode diagram in the exam, I think you want to have the printed form where you can insert that. Now we do not have it available. So I'm doing it like this. Producing a double logarithmic scale now here. And I think we have already talked about how to do that. So we make equally spaced ticks here. Every 2 centimeters. And I think that is enough. That is the omega axis. And let us say, here is the 1, here is the 10, here is the 100. I think that is enough. And that is the 0.1 here, and that is the 0.01. Now we have generated a logarithmic scale. And now we need also here, we again need one more logarithmic scale. You see, every 2 centimeters I make a tick. And and one more tick. And then I say, well, here the gain is a 1, here the gain is 10, here the gain is 100. And if we wanna label that in decibels, I would say it's 40 decibels, that's 20 decibels. Well, and down we can also continue here in this region, 0.1, that is minus 20 decibels, and 0.01, that is minus 40 decibels. Now we have to insert a curve which looks like omega, because that is going to be the gain. And the gain is omega. Oh, if omega is 1, the gain is 1. If omega is 10, the gain is 10. If omega is 100, the gain is 100. Oh, if omega is 0.1, I think we have got the general idea behind that. Is it? Okay, yeah. And so it's pretty clear how it should look like. Perhaps I take some color pen. Where are my colored pens? So that it gives a clear difference here from the contrast here. I take red. Don't take red in the exam. You know why? Looking like this. Is it? Looks good. So, and then we have again also to show the face. And if we have to show the face, we again produce something like that. Horizontal line. And then, yes, here we have the 1. Here we have the 10. Here we have the 100. Okay. Here we have the 0.1. Here we have the 0.01. And this. Oh, what's the face here? Oh, it's 90 degrees. So let's say, that's 90 degrees. And as it is always 90 degrees, we will make a straight line like this. And then, job is done. So that's the Bode diagram of a differentiator. And this, what you see here, I'll try to make that in red here. Okay. This is the Nyquist product differentiator. Good. Once we have got that, there comes the next exercise. So this is number. Now, example number 2. We need some more paper. Yes. Why is it not available? No paper. Yes. So, example number 2. I think it's a good idea, and for you also to exercise that. Yes. So, how was that called? Example 2. Now. This block Bode diagram. Same things are requested. Nyquist block Bode diagram. Now we are asking what? We give you another transfer function. And the other transfer function will be TFS is 1 over S. And perhaps you can find out what that is. No, we will, yes, do it just pretty similar as we did it here. Yes, and so we will just finally ask, hey, what is inside that box? X of t going in. And find a formulation in time domain. I of t. Then you assign a name back to that. Here we called it a differentiator. Perhaps you already guessed what now has to be inserted here, but I want you to find it out on your own. And yes, as in the previous example, yes, sketch the night was blue. And the loaded diagram. Okay. So, and of course, that we generated something like, as you have seen it here, and perhaps also want to generate something what is equivalent to this. And then I would say, 10 minutes. And then we discuss about the solution.
年多每老板整到你老板係19年錯啦，我同事差唔多而家。
19年，哦，對，
差不多而家。
有人才。
個男碼頭卡槽是卡嘅，
係咯。
喺度呢啲卡翻咗嚟，先通咩？
對，他就有那麼個絕強運動，一個。比谷地薪水還高 ，Tesla 就馬來西亞推出創業計劃，送貨業每月可以賺取至少7000到8000的佣金。
送貨業。
送貨業。
不是蠻多，還不錯，不錯咯。
那比嘛？那就是個。
我那就做，我都見過嗰個。以馬的條件。
比較多，不多，比較多。
這樣快呀！
如果你要申請疫苗，如果你要申請疫苗，你最好你要從哪買申請來注冊？比較真係假嘅。
乜嘢啊？
嗰陣就直接叫搶啊，叫我搶人家，但係人家要冇到7000到8000喲。
700塊嘅。叫我講乜條件？叫我講啊？
冇講好啲啊，可以講條件咩？
或者你那條件。
不少就要權利嘅咩？是吧？還有送貨這個，就差這個。
而且地方啊，也有幾個地方。我買耳機嘛，我看到一個耳機Sony base的，啊，30多塊，啊，Sony，
10歲了還沒？
以前是說肯定有說小屏幕，Sony Tech。Sony Gear，
比如Sony Gear說
，Sony那便宜，沒聲音。那很貴，咁我啊，買兩嚿紙。
Oh, okay, I'm back again
Okay,
to
welcome.
solve this problem. Hope you have been somehow successful. And so it's pretty the same strategy what we did when we solved the problem for the differentiator. Now, well, we want to find out, hey, what type of transfer function is that? Of course, we will assign a name to it. And, well, how to come to that? Y of s by x of s is 1 divided by s. So from that, we could say the y of t is what? Is the integral of x of tau d tau plus x at time 0 and from 0 to t. So obviously it is an integrator. Und such an integrator, ein Integrierer auf Deutsch. Ja. Das Eingangssignal wird integriert und das Ausgangssignal, auch das ein sehr wichtiges Element in der Wählungstechnik. Und Sie wissen zum Beispiel ein Wasserfass, ein sowas wie ein Integrierer. Wenn der Zufluss hineingeht, dann wird das Wasser aufgesammelt, integriert. Oh, sorry, I should speak in English. Our liquid container was something like an integrator. Remember, 1 divided by S is the integration, and for our liquid container, we have also to perform. We had to perform also a division by A area, and then finally find out the liquid level. And here, yes, that is the pure integrator. Yes, and yes, to perhaps keep the writing here inside a little bit simpler. Yes, we can say x of t of y dot of t is x of t. Now it looks like a differentiator, but nevertheless it's an integrator because the output signal is the input signal. So now we have to sketch the Nyquist diagram. And so we do the following thing. Q of s is 1 over s. What are we doing? Replacing the s by j omega, then having 1 divided by j omega. So what do you think? What is... perhaps we do it like this. You have learned 1 over j is minus j. Minus j. 1 divided by omega. So that is, yes. Now, of course, having a gain. And so the absolute value is what? And take the absolute value. It's purely imaginary. So it's pretty clear. The gain is 1 divided by omega. And what is the angle? We also have somehow trained that. Minus j, what is it? The phase is minus 90 degrees. Therefore, we have made those, yes, exercises with the complex calculus that we are pretty quick in those things now. And let's see, again, as for the differentiator, it's possible to then find out if this here going in is a sine, to find out what's coming out. Sine omega t with an amplitude of 1 being integrated. Now we have to integrate. Sine integrated cos omega t. But with a minus sign. And again, because of the chain rule, we have to add 1 divided by omega here before. So what from that follows what? The gain is what? Is 1 divided by omega. And the phase is what? See, here, in this case, for the differentiator, we had a sign at the input and a cos at the output. Now we have a minus cos at the output. Then it's pretty clear that the phase is minus 90 degrees. See, and as we do this, is we see that directly in the time domain, no? But it perfectly matches also with what comes out here. No? And so this simple expression, 1 divided by j omega, includes those two informations, what we have also found out here. Here it's just a matter of taste, whether you prefer this or that, coming to the same result. However, when the transfer functions get more complicated, you will have problems in doing this thing here in the time domain. Yes, the frequency domain replacing the S by j omega has big benefits. So, and now here we want to sketch that thing, and obviously that is purely imaginary. However, it's negative. And so the real part, the imaginary part, and where are all those values? And all those values are in the negative imaginary axis. Now the question is, where does it start? And if omega is 0, 1 by omega is infinity. So it starts in the negative infinity. Here, coming from the hell, or coming from the southern infinity. And where does it end? It will end here when omega is approaching the, yes, when omega is going to infinity. And from here we come with omega is 0. Well, pretty similar graph, like that, what we have drawn here. Except that we now are starting at the negative infinity and stopping at the origin. However, with the differentiator, we have started at the origin and ended in the northern infinity. Okay. Got it. Oh, now what is missing? Missing is the Bode diagram. And as here, and I don't want to produce once more this complicated axis here. So I use that once more. And therefore, I just get 1 divided by omega. That is the gain for the integrator. I want to insert that here. Oh, if you want to draw a function 1 over x, 1 over omega, that would give not a straight line. But if we draw it in double logarithmic scale, it will get a straight line. One more advantage of this double logarithmic scale. See, if omega is 10, we are at 0.1. If it's 100, we are at 0.01. If omega is 1, we are here. If omega is 1/10, we are here at 10. And yes, finally, we also have a dot here. And then it's pretty easy to draw. We're doing it like this. Okay. And what is our phase? It's minus 90 degrees. And then it must be sketched like this. Yeah? Okay, so minus 90 degrees listed here. And, well, do not get confused with that thing. We should say that as the differentiator. and blue. Here's the integrator. So now we have just two, let's say, simple examples. And I think now you are somehow, yes, you're now getting used to diagrams and yes, and Nyquist plots. Of course, one can generate a lot of problems here. Just have to modify the transfer function, and yes, it will be yes, will be your task to find out, hey, what are the games here, and what would I associate with that?
等一下，爹，
So here, yes, we have found the differentiator and the integrator.
好吧，这样爹，
And there
That's
was
on top.
one other thing which we already explored, and that was that first order low pass. See, here the curves are not that straight lines, so they are somehow bent here, and well, they are more difficult to construct, yes, but I guess well, it's not a big problem, huh? So in principle you have understood how all that stuff here is going. So it does not make much sense to start a new topic today, huh? So I would recommend to do it like this. That will give you one more exercise. This is a complicated one, huh? Paragraph. May you repeat the part of how you get the phase shift of minus 9t? Well, I hope that I can. Yes, that is. Yes, that was it. This, and here I obtained the minus 9t. Now, Mr. Wong, I obtained it by two ways. I got it first here by exploring this transfer function, and I got it second by this thing, looking at the sign and the course. So now the question to you is, should I explain this path once more, or should I explain this path once more? First path to get to the minus 90, second path. Or would you like
one on the left? The one on the left.
On the left here. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the first. Yes. Okay. Oh, but I didn't straightforward, no? So see, 1 divided by s is the transfer function. So we will replace s by j omega. No? So then, of course, it looks like that. No? Now, perhaps the middle one is how to come from here to there. Huh? I don't know. Yes? But see that 1 divided by j omega. If you multiply that, expand that by j, you must multiply numerator and denominator by j. And what's left in the numerator? J. What's left here? J. That's minus 1. Minus 1 times omega is like that. Okay. And of course, then I prefer the writing on this way. Is equal to minus j 1 divided by omega. Well, I don't know if this was your problem, huh? With, coming from here to there. But once you are here, huh? You must just check, hey, what are the values which are appearing here? And then, I insert an omega of 1, let's say. Then is standing here minus j. And where's minus j? Minus j is, of course, here. Huh? That would be minus j. And now we ask for the angle. Huh? And angle is measured from the real axis to this arrow. However, we have to go clockwise here. Huh? Understood? If we would have to go counterclockwise, it would be positive. Here it's negative, negative 90. If you decide to go this way, you can say, oh, the angle is plus 270 degrees. So that was also something what you could write here. So that would be equivalent, either going counterclockwise or clockwise. When you go clockwise, yes, it will get a negative shift. If you go clockwise, counterclockwise, you get a positive phase shift of plus 270 degrees. However, this is unusual to print it like that. Yes. Too slow. Why? We usually prefer the number which is smaller. So the shortest way, let's say. And the shortest way is to go clockwise in this direction. So it's minus 90 degrees. And when you insert some other value for omega, let's say 2, and it's minus j half, then you are again here on the negative imaginary axis, and the angle is the same. Yes, it's the minus 90 degrees. Has that answered your question?
Yes, thank you, Prof.
Okay, good, fine. So now, yes, we have some minutes left. And those minutes I want to use for formulating one more problem. And of course, you will not attack this problem just now immediately during our class, but some time to think about that. Also offline, perhaps this evening, when the evening is boring. And also just think about this thing here. Or tomorrow morning. Yes, tomorrow morning I will upload the offline session, and then we will discuss about the solution of this problem. Okay. Good. Yeah. So that is the example number 3. This is more complicated. Yes. Again, like with blood. Body diagram. And I give you GFS. And that GFS is now TS divided by 1 plus TS. So, what I would be interested in is think about what we could insert here. So, there is an input signal x of t, there's the I of t, and there we need the differential equation. DEQ, differential equation. In German would be what? In German we would say DEGL, Differentialgleichung. Yeah? Good. But as you prefer English now, yes, we'll just call it DEQ. Yeah? Well, so there is something inside. Just find that out. Then find a name. For that thing. And sketch this blood. And voted diagram. So to be honest, that is a little bit more complicated, as though the simple integrator or differentiator, that takes a little bit more effort to do that. Yes, I guess when you have explored that, I think then you have reached a pretty good state in understanding like this blood and Bode diagrams. And we are going to have the solution published by me in the video, which I will prepare for you tomorrow. Let me ask you something. Tomorrow is Friday, and you will go to the prayer. When will be the prayer? When do you have to leave to go to I think you are going to a mosque. When does the prayer start? Around 1 p.m. So, yes. So if you start at 8:30, oh yes, you'll get everything done in the morning, yes. So, and then I would say, yes, and I will upload this here this evening, German time, so it will be available tomorrow morning, yes, for sure, yes, before 7 a.m. You may start whenever you want and freely choose your time. Yes, and then I wish you already now a good Friday and of course a nice weekend. And then next week, yes, I think then we are again starting with the morning session. Just check. Yeah. We are starting with the morning session. Yes. No. On Monday, March the 1st, yes, we will only have a afternoon session. Yes? And that will be online. Yes. Okay. So next week we do have, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. And this week we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. So next week we get a little bit more relaxed. Okay, so I think that was for today. And yes, have fun with this example number 3. And good success. Yes, and as I told you, all the best for you to complete it. If you have some more questions, you still may ask them now. Okay. Prof, what is the word mouse below DEL? What is the word? I don't understand. On example 3, yes, and there is a word mouse. Where is this word? This thing. Can you navigate me with my pen? Where do you find that thing? Is this here? That is name. Huh? Name. I must check if the word that DEVER. DEL. That thing here. See, perhaps you mean this. DEQ, that is, yes, more or less English. Yes, DEQ, that stands for differential equation. And that is DEQ. Therefore, it comes that abbreviation for. And in German, it's EGL. EGL, that is the word we use in German. And that stands for Differential. Quite the same writing, only pronounced a little bit different. And then Differential, equation in German is Gleichung. Und dann Gleichung. Exactly, differential equation. EGL. I don't know if that answers your question. How about the name? Name, yes. Listing. Yes. There, I wanna have the name. You must invent some name. Okay, so my writing was probably bad, huh?
Okay.
Yes. Okay, sorry for that. Yes. And I wanted to write name. Assign a name to that type of transfer function. Okay. So now we clarified that. Sorry. Good. Then I think we have got it so far. Yes. So have a nice weekend. And yes, you will consume the video tomorrow morning. And then we will meet on Monday for an afternoon session. Okay? Bye-bye. See you. Schönes Wochenende. Ja, ciao.
Schönes Wochenende. See you next week.
Danke, Bro.
Ja, okay.
Schönes Wochenende.
还有。
各把第4份。